What's up everybody, it's Sendoh here, and several days have now passed since that famous supposed CS2 anti-cheat update. In fact, the dev team did something as unheard of as mentioning that they'd made changes to the anti-cheat system in the patch notes, even though they explained that this update was focused on fixing a bug that let cheaters get in through the back door and use a spinbot and extremely blatant rage features. Some people had assumed the anti-cheat would now wipe out wallhacks, that it would have new detection features and other factors leaving the game extremely clean, and unfortunately that's not the reality. Today we're going to talk about the current state of the game a few days after this update, because there are cheats being fully detected no matter what's being used, and then other cheats where it seems that unless you're spinbotting, you're undetectable. So let's get into it. Tired of your old Counter-Strike skins? Whether you want to trade them or sell them, SkinSwap is the place for you. The key to SkinSwap is speed. In just a few clicks, you can completely refresh your inventory or cash it out using multiple payment methods. And it gets better. When you make your first trade, you can get a skin worth up to $50, absolutely free. You can even buy skins directly from China at the absolute best prices on the market. Use my promo code SENDOH to activate all your bonuses. Link is in the description. The battle against cheaters in Counter-Strike seems like it'll never end, but clips like this give us a little bit of hope. And we've got a winner for Worst Player of the Year award. There was a cheater streaming while using cheats. After playing a few rounds using rage features, he got caught by backlife. When he moved on to the next match trying to play a bit softer, he got detected again. And to top it all off, he played a match without using the cheats at all. He had the panel open but wasn't using it, and backlife still triggered on him. In fact, aside from how much he struggled to shoot without cheats, he had the wonderful rank of 8k elo. Yes, a guy cheating and still sitting at that elo. There are actually people asking for him not to be banned, because honestly, at this point, if someone can't climb out of the grey rank while using cheats, they're not a danger to anyone anymore. Well, jokes aside, it seems Valve is managing to catch some cheaters who use very cheap internal cheats. They're built in a way that right now, backlife detects that they're making certain suspicious inputs and manages to ban them. But unfortunately, that's only in specific cases. A good portion of paid internal cheats that are a bit more expensive have safe mode style features, so you're never detected at any point. And well, that's without even getting into people who use external cheats. The reality is that the game situation has changed quite a bit over these past few days. A lot of you have sent me screenshots of backlives of people who were spinbotting or playing ultra blatant and ended up temporarily banned. But unfortunately, that doesn't mean the game has improved massively, because the same people who were spinbotting have simply switched to using wallhack and playing AWP or Scout. These past few days I've run into a total of 0 spinbotters, but I can't say the same about cheaters. People who had ranks of 2000 elo in Premier and in less than a month have shot up to over 25,000. Brand new accounts with no medals playing like it's nothing, and then you go watch the demo and surprise, they're tracking through walls and shooting through smokes like it's normal. In fact, I've had such a bad run that after being close to 27,000, I've dropped down to 23,000 Premier points. Funnily enough, the cheaters are always on the other team, and when I do get one on mine, it's someone who, even while cheating, seems to have no idea how to use a keyboard and mouse. This whole new update has forced cheaters to get a bit more creative with their cheating. Spinbotting isn't enough anymore because they get detected but they still see through walls and smokes. And it's honestly even more infuriating to play against, because look, if someone spinbots, the match ends in 10 minutes and I move on to the next one. But these cheaters are so bad that you have to play an ultra close match against someone you know is cheating until they get tired after a couple of rounds, get the kills they need and win the game. The sad part of all this is that it's becoming more and more common to see people who've spent many years playing this game clean, even sitting at extremely low ranks, and after seeing that Valve isn't taking action, they decide to pay up and start cheating. Because really, what's the penalty? A 1-month ban. There are cheaters with even 6-month penalties who will simply go right back to doing the same thing the moment their cooldown is lifted, using cheats in Premiere. Valve did the right thing by finally updating the game's anti-cheat, but now it's on them to make another decisive move and use their AI systems to detect behavior beyond human capability. In fact, it would be even better if they also analyze player statistics, whether they exceed human limits or even cases like these cheaters who can't get past 3000 ELO in 3 years of playing. But but in less than a month plant themselves in the global top. These things are so obvious that they really should be taken into account. The game is definitely in a better place than a few weeks ago, but these same cheaters who can no longer spinbot have simply switched to using a wallhack or a more discreet trigger. Features that are more annoying because at the end of the day, what you want is to play a clean match and have a good time, not spend your time analyzing accounts, complaining about cheaters and reporting people, only for nothing to happen unless the cheater makes an ultra blatant move. We'll have to wait and see whether the situation actually improves over the coming weeks or whether cheat developers find another bug, another exploit, or another way to sneak in through the back door and go undetected again. At the end of the day, this is a constant fight, and if Valve only bothers to update the anti-cheat once in a blue moon, we won't have a solution. And on top of all this, and this is what puzzles me, I think the anti-cheat right now should be capable of detecting these farm bots on the deathmatch servers. But I don't know if the anti-cheat just isn't active there or what, because it seems almost surreal that something like that doesn't get banned instantly. Anyway guys, you'll find any anti-cheat news or game updates right here on the channel, so you know where to go. I'm Sendoh, and that's it from me for now. Bye!